Hi,
Hello.
Gina. Oh, hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. You're feeling good being in just your house for a week with no contest prep?
Yeah, actually, I didn't realize I'm such an energetic person.
It's like that fake energy at the end of prep. You're like, yeah, I can do this. And then you're like, I could also pass out right now. So tired.
Yeah.
But well, thank you for, being a guinea pig on this with us. So you're the first person that we're interviewing.
Oh, cool.
Yes. We thought this would be, we're just throwing everything into the fire because we just got back from our travels. And we have like a week off until the next one. So we might as well throw in some new stuff. Yeah, we have extra time.
Yeah,
So,
you guys were traveling so much. It's crazy.
Yeah. I was lucky that your first show was pretty local to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
except it took so long because it was a pro-am.
yeah, the pro-ams just take so long if they don't break them up or do anything. And there were multiple pro divisions, right?
Yeah, and that there were so many of them that actually came to compete, so it took really long. And then they just really rushed us at the end.
I know. So Gina sent me her some videos from her show last night, and that's the first thing I saw. I'm like, well, your posing looks really good, but it looks like you're like, let's go. Well, because they were like rushing them off.
That sucks.
Yeah, at the end, because after all the shows, then I wanted to get feedbacks too. So as soon as they were done with like awards, I ran to the judges, and then one of the person there was like, "We're not doing feedbacks today." And then I was like, "No, Sandy!" And then she literally just said, "I know what you need. You need like upper glutes." I was like, "Okay, thank you."
Well, I love that. When you told me that, I was so happy that you were like getting feedback, even though they told you weren't going to get
any.
I
was like, no, I need to know this, and it's Sandy too. So I was like, I really want to know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I knew what you needed to work on, and I'm glad we had that call. So people who are watching after Gina's first show, me and her had a good conversation about her plans moving forward for the rest of this year and going into next year as well. So we were toying around before this show about doing some other shows this season, but ultimately we know that her stage presence is where it needs to be. I mean, you did not look like a first-time competitor by any means. And your long-term vision of where you see yourself going in this sport and where I see yourself going, we both decided that it was best to just go straight into a building season so we can pack on that bikini muscle, that we need to be competitive at the national stage and moving forward. So I'm super proud of you. You absolutely crushed this prep, and it was just really cool to so for everyone watching, Gina has been a client with me for, what would you say, like a year and a half?
Yeah, a year and a half, exactly.
Yeah, so she came to me as a lifestyle client first, and we were just focusing on shaping the body. She kind of put all trust in me to do what I thought was best. And then we ended up doing a mini prep last year for a photo shoot, which you crushed. And I think after that photo shoot is when you really started to get into it and get really excited about, stepping on the stage one day. And so moving there, we did that photo shoot last fall, and then we went into a building season to start your prep for this show in September. So now we're back to building.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think a lot of competitors might think the same, because when I first went into prep, it was more like cross it off on my bucket list kind of deal. But now it's just more like, wait, why should I stop there? I love this like lifestyle so much. Like, why can't I go further? And if I'm gonna put this much energy into it, might as well.
Yeah, and I always tell people that like I'm always in prep. It's whether I'm in actual contest prep or not, I'm always prepping for what's next, whether that's building the muscle that's necessary or, taking time to like prep myself for the lifestyle of just eating and growing and being a better coach and all those things. So and then when you're actually in prep, you're actually in contest prep too. But it's just kind of like that mindset that I think some of the more serious athletes and the ones who will go far in the sport, some people either have that mindset and mentality or they don't. And you definitely do.
Huh?
And you definitely do.
Yay!
Yeah. So we're gonna just ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
We want this to be super informal. Just your raw and real thoughts on bikini, competing, bodybuilding, all the fun things.
Okay.
Was there anything about like the actual show day that you weren't prepared for, or that caught you off guard, or you were surprised by?
I think the spray tan. I didn't know you were going in completely naked. I guess I kind of knew, but then like I didn't really think about the tan that much. So I was like, oh, I'm going completely naked. Okay, what am I gonna wear after they like spray tan me? And then like I was brushing my teeth, and I texted Kiki about it. I was brushing my teeth in the hotel room, and then like just tiny sprinkles of water splashed. And then like it ruined the tan, and I was like kind of freaking out.
Like, I be careful with that thing.
The tan is so crucial.
And then like on the like packing list that Team Boss Body sends, there's a Dixie cup on there, and I didn't know what it was used for.
Did you have it?
Yeah, I bought it because I'm sure they need it for something, and then I figured it out, and I was like, oh, that was kind of unexpected.
My husband still finds it so funny. Like I'm still like poking holes in the cups. He's like, "What you doing?" He like looks over and he's like, "Never mind."
Yeah, I thought that was funny. And then like the spray, I did bring like a bed sheet with me, so like I don't ruin like the hotel bed and stuff, but it still seeped through. So like in the morning when I woke up, I was like washing the hotel bed sheet, so like the spray tan goes away. So those are all the experience that I can do better next time. Thankfully they didn't charge me, because I don't think they realized, because I washed it up really well.
That's good.
That spray tan will get you.
Yeah.
It goes everywhere. But yeah, I remember my first show. It was like it was like a local show to me. I went to Casey's house and she was like, "All right, get naked." And I'm like, what? Like fully? And she's like,
Casey did your tan?
Yeah, for my very first show. So I was like in her kitchen, and I'm like, right here? I'm like, you're right here. You want me to get naked? You want me to get naked? Okay. So I would say that's definitely like the biggest shock.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like no one tells you anything.
Right.
I guess we should explain the Dixie cup thing to the people that are watching. So in order to not let your pee run down your legs, you need to like hold that cup there. This is not for Gina. I'm sorry, Gina. I'm not explaining this to you. I'm explaining this to our audience. You have to hold the cup between your legs so that you don't get pee splattering on your legs.
It creates like a funnel. They do make like funnels and things like that. But the Dixie cups are, I mean, you don't have to wash.
Dispose of
Yeah,
it.
I just want to throw it away. I don't want to have to like walk out of like a bathroom stall with like this, whatever they're called, and like wash it in the, no.
Every like Airbnb we've gone to this year has like the tiniest trash can in the world. So I'm just like shoving cups in there.
Oh my god, yeah, that was a shock to me. Other than that, I think everything else I pretty much expected it, I guess.
You asked a lot of good questions as a first-time competitor throughout your prep. I know I was joking with you some about like so many questions, but honestly, like I would rather you ask all the questions than go into the situation and be completely blind or have no idea what, except for the Dixie Cups, has no idea what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
So you felt prepared. I mean, you were preparing for this for a while, whether, you know, even before like I officially like started like the actual dieting deficit prep on you, you were already asking good questions. You got with your posing coach out in Washington. And I mean, you just set yourself up for such a good first prep. And that's something that's a lot of people kind of, you know, if they'll come to me and they'll be like, I want to do the show in 12 weeks. I'm like, whoa, I don't know anything about you. We don't know. We're not we don't have a relationship yet. So I mean, I think one of the best things for you was that we were able to spend that time as, you know, coach and athlete for quite some time before you actually started your official prep.
Yeah, I agree. And then like I got to learn how to really track my macros really well. And then I had my like schedule in terms of like training. And then like I think because I was prepping for so long, I had the mindset, and then just my mentality, financial wise, is really important too, I think, because it does cost a lot of money. Like, and then like relationship with your family, like letting them know I'm gonna do this, like all those things were like, I think everything around you has to be in a good place before you start prep. And I think I was at a good place, so I think that really helped a lot too.
Yeah, and that's helping you, you know, set yourself up for a good, you know, reverse as well. So even though we were feeding into the show, you're still, since you are sitting so lean, you're still going to have those, you know, metabolic adaptations and like your leptin and ghrelin levels. So just because you were eating, like fortunately eating a good amount going into your show, like it doesn't discount you from any of those like reverse, you know, side effects. So so far so good. I mean, you did your trip away with your husband this past weekend, and I would not normally, I was telling Beck in this, I was like, I would not normally advise this for most of my competitors, like don't watch what Gina's doing. But you, I mean, you're so aware of your body, and especially because you do know how to track macros, like you're more consciously aware of what's in foods, how your body may respond to more carbs like the rice and noodles and those types of things. And you were eating a lot, so it's not like you had such a huge jump from like going into a low deficit to like into intuition and intuitive eating. So kudos to you.
Yeah, I mean, like I think before prep I was really scared because, you know, like a lot of people talk about like, I mean, yeah, I did have low energy, and then like I was in a deficit, but I thought like every day was gonna be miserable. Like that's what I was worried about. But I think the plan you have for me was like keeping the food high, and then the cardio high. Like I didn't feel like as worse that I thought I would be. It was actually pretty manageable. So I was very happy with my prep.
Yeah, well, I like treating my, you know, athletes like athletes. So, you know, we have to eat to be able to make those changes during prep. You know, keeping your muscle bellies full. I want you to feel good in your training, good with your cardio, even if it is higher, but we are bringing in that energy. Even though you are expending it, it's just in a different way. If we were just to put somebody on, you know, a diet, they're going to look a heck of a lot different than somebody who may be eating more, but training their ass off in the gym. I mean, you've made such good improvements with your leg. Like, I mean, everything you've impressed me with, like with your physique changes, but your legs have shaped up so much. We've built some good hamstrings that I don't think you knew you had.
I know, I think I asked you multiple times. So I'm like, am I ever gonna see the tie-ins? Do I have hamstrings? Like, I start seeing those towards the end, so I was very happy.
Yeah, and everyone on the team too is super excited for you.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, is Gina finally getting on stage? Because you were ready for quite some time. I mean, you were within striking distance. So that was good because we were able to, you know, play with those refeeds, did your other photo shoot as well. So we were able to test your peak week and some of those strategies. So we knew more so what to do going into the show.
Yeah, I think taking the time really helped. Yeah.
What was your favorite part about show day?
Show day? I think the stage. I mean, like, yeah, that was my favorite. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it just felt like I belonged there. Like, I knew what I was doing. I just loved. And then, like, I was like making eye contact with the judges too, and I can see them watching me, right? And then, like, my posing coach told me multiple times, you want to get the judges' attention because they only have one set of eyes. They're either looking at you or the other competitor. So, like, I was really trying to engage with the judges, and I can see them like looking at me a lot of times. So that made me really happy.
Yeah, when they immediately moved you into the middle, so they saw you and were like, "Yep, you're going over here." That's really good in all three of your classes. I mean, you showed up exactly how you needed to, and they'll remember you. I mean, I don't know how Sandy does it, but she remembers everybody. She'll remember next time,
especially since you like hounded her down afterwards.
Yeah, I was like, Sandy.
Yeah, she's gonna remember. I mean, they make notes and they will look at, you know, I'm excited. That makes me excited as a coach because, you know, the next time we step on stage, like I want to make sure we go in front of Sandy again so you are in her brain again. It's great to go in front of different judging panels, but, you know, for you, like getting you in front of a show that Sandy's going to be judging so she can see you again with your improvements, that's going to be really good for your career too, as a bikini competitor.
Yeah. Oh, so exciting.
What would you say your favorite thing about prep, like in general, is?
I think like a lot of times I think people tend to look at like a big final goal, like going on stage or competing as a whole, but for me it was more enjoyable in a way because like I have little goals every day, right? Meeting my macros, going in for training, finishing my cardio, getting my sleep, like little goals, and then like just making sure I get those off my checklist every day. I think was definitely one of my favorite things. Like I feel accomplished every day.
Like the routine of it.
Yeah. That was definitely one of my favorite things to do. Aside from like stage and everything, just daily thing, and then like feeling so proud of myself for doing something, you know, off the checklist every day, I guess.
Last question. What are you looking forward to most about your improvement season?
Upper
just training up for glutes. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think one thing I learned, because I was reflecting a lot on actually sitting down and thinking about like how I did my last prep, and then what I really want to improve on is like training wise. I think especially when you're in prep, you're so depleted, like you don't have that much energy. So like not like sometimes when I'm at the gym during prep, it was more like I'm trying to focus on my muscle connection, but you don't have that, like, I don't know, like mental capacity to like do it every single rep that you're doing. So sometimes you end up just being emotion. I'm just trying to get this done type of thing sometimes. But I think during the improvement season, I really want to focus on like my muscle connection, and then just training for muscle growth, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you're still such a newbie in the gym. I mean, what we were able to shape your body with from when you first started with me, and then now like being in a good anabolic state where we're pumping foods, like food's going to be pumped high. You're going to have that extra energy like you were talking about in today's check-in, you know, in the gym, and feel just more alive and aware. We have to make sure we're not overtraining and still being able to do those recovery times, because muscle is built at rest. So we're tearing down the muscle tissue in the gym, but we still need to be able to tear all that down so we can rest and build it. So that's super exciting. You have a lot of good gains coming your way if you stay focused, if you eat your food. Obviously, like fun food in there sometimes is good as well for the soul. In your improvement season, like that intra-workout carbs, that will definitely help your muscle growth. But I'm excited for you. It's just, you're really leaning into that. You're not just stepping on a bikini stage, you're leaning into that bikini athlete mindset. Like when you came back from your trip and you're like, I'm ready to get back into my routine, like, and you are excited to grow, instead of wanting to just like stay small, because we know that we need muscle. These girls are big, big muscles. So I'm excited to watch this next transformation for you.
Me too.
Yeah.
So there's some extra motivation there too, coming out of your first show. Just makes you want to work harder, right?
Yeah, and I was talking to Kiki about how I got second place, and then like everybody wanted me to get first, obviously, but I think getting second place for my first show actually motivates me more, because like I need to work harder. I think maybe if I got first, it would have been great, but maybe I won't be as motivated, if you know what I mean. So I think it's actually really good. And then like if you look at the judging score sheet, like there were 5 judges, and the two judges gave me first place. So like I was very close.
Yeah, and that's good too. Like I said, like you were noticed. You noticed that they noticed you. And I think sometimes going in with like that first place win, it's like, oh, okay, so now we're just going to go to nationals, and then you expect to win there too, or what? So I think for you, it's good to, it's not all about placing. It's just, especially for your first show, like we obviously want you to do well. It's fantastic that you got nationally qualified. But that, that second place is gonna light that fire for the rest of this improvement season. Going into next year, then now our goal is we're going to go step on stage again with an improved physique and get that first place now.
Yes.
So, do you have anything for us? We just wanted to do those first 4 questions.
Oh yeah. No, but good luck next week.
Thank you. We're still competing, so we're still here.
How many shows are you guys planning to do this year?
Next week will be my last one, so it'll be my third.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'll have one more planned after this one in Minneapolis. So
Oh, so fun.
Yeah.
I love watching like you guys' like videos on stage.
Aw, thank you. Well, hopefully your next show will be one that we can come to. So, but until then, we have some glutes to build and
Yes.
food to eat.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All good things.
All
Yes.
good stuff. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And do you want to tell everybody where they can follow your bikini journey on Instagram?
Oh, yeah. My Instagram is Gina, Gina, Kim, Kim like Mary _ is 언니. 언니 means like older sister in Korean. You and like Nancy and like Nancy I.
Perfect. So is that the best place for them to watch your journey?
Yes.
Cool. And always, if you guys have any comments, suggestions, whatever, please comment down below, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find me on Instagram as well at KeekersLaugh_IFBB Pro.
And me at Beckham_bikini.
I had to remember that one.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Gina, and all things bikini.
Yes.
Bye.